And welcome back to the LooneyBin Podcast, brought to you by LooneyBin Creative. I'm Preston.
I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Nate.
And I am Teddy.
And we're going to start off this week like we do every week with the Merriam-Webster word of the day. Today's word is, oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
I like that.
That is a Christian
Pugilism.
icon.
What did you say it again?
Pugilism.
Pugilism.
Can you spell it?
Pugilism. Pugilism. Noun. Shouldn't have said that, but
No.
any guess is a good guess.
Can you use it in a sentence?
No, that's your guys' job.
The word of the day
Can
is...
you give us a definition?
That's also your guys' job.
Pugilism.
If you don't know how the game works, I'm going to judge what I think the best definition is, and or if it's the closest one, I'll give a point to him. And if it's funny, I'll also give him a point. Ba-da-ba.
Pugilism sounds negative. That's where I'm going off of it. It's not refute, but you have the effort inside of you. You more have the thought of it inside yourself that you're refuting something, and you're not really 100% sure about it. So Nate maybe says, "Wow, the Timberwolves are gonna win the world champs. They're gonna win the cup this year." Well, I in my head, I don't think so, but there's a sense of hope. Maybe that's happened, but I'm not 100% sure that it's gonna happen. So I'm just refuting that. I guess I'm just like, you get what I'm saying?
No, I'm not following at all.
Oh, okay.
I got you.
You got. Okay, yeah. It's like in deep down, I really want them to do it. You know what I mean? But I'm like,
but realistically, you just
it's
can't
not
see it
happening.
happening.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Pugilism.
I believe this is of the 7th century China. This is
Very specific.
a way that
You know what dynasty was happening in 7th century China? No.
Well, I know what they practice, and they
Okay.
practice pugilism. This is how they conducted their manner, which it is a very holistic way of.
Yeah. Could you name one?
I guess I got.
dynasty in China?
It's just it's like a lifestyle, It's
like Confucianism, but not.
They lived in a very loving, open way, and it was like in between like the hundreds of wars they fought.
Polygamy?
No, this is like just a little section of peace.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
Pugilism.
Very close, actually. It's so pugilism is kind of like it's a system, right? So the pugilistic system is pugilism, yeah, right. So it's kind of like the caste system or the what's the other one? I just had it in my head.
I don't know. Social hierarchy?
Keep going.
No, caste system. I got you.
Caste system.
That's in India, and then Egypt had one too.
Yeah, I can't think of the other one. I had it in my head. But the pugilistic system
that's what it was.
is actually it's based on witchcraft and
So there's different level of witches.
yes. So
What's the highest level of witch?
Is it Wizard 101 by chance?
no. So pugilism basically it's this system that means the higher you are ranked as like a witch or wizard, like basically the higher your spell level or like your magical powers are, that's the higher you sit in society.
So it's wizard Scientology.
Wizard society.
Wizard society.
Yeah, so the pugilistic system
Okay.
is based on your power level as a wizard.
Okay. And Teddy, finally.
Pugilism is a religion similar in sounding to things like Catholicism, where pugilism is a religion that follows like movies, and they're the guns that just go pew pew pew. Pugilism.
Oh. So do they worship these guns or? Does each member
I mean,
have
I really
one?
feel like I shouldn't have to explain this. Like, this is pretty common knowledge, I
dude,
feel.
it's
So
legit.
true.
Oh.
Back off, dude.
But yes.
Yeah, to respect
Oh,
Teddy's
okay.
religion.
Teddy. Yeah. I actually grew up
Yeah, we're sponsored by the government.
Catholic. So.
Okay, do you guys want to know the
Homeschool
real
guy.
definition? It's one word.
Okay.
Yeah, sex.
Oh.
No, it's boxing.
Oh.
It's just another word for boxing.
Dang it.
apparently.
Wait a
I
second.
should have said war. I said
Wait,
peace. I
P.
said
Schwab
in
said
between.
wrestling. That's funny.
No, yeah, it's boxing. I thought the funniest definition though was Nate's. I'll give Nate the wizard champ.
That's 1 point for me, baby.
Yep, try wizard
you,
tournament
you
champ.
I'm gonna
practically
give it to me.
described Wizards of
wait, I'm
Waverly
gonna give it
Place,
to me.
buddy. So I don't know how close you were to
Guys,
that,
wait,
but
wait for me.
that's just my
Ready?
thought.
Ready?
Yeah.
Watch it. There it was.
I'm gonna try to grab that.
No, it's gone already. You can't. It's
I
mine.
grabbed my last one, but I'm gonna try to grab it again.
Okay.
All right.
Wait,
so,
what's the leaderboard now these days?
I don't care. They know it.
Yeah.
You
2.
have
Me
two.
slash Henry
I
has
have two.
2. John has 1, and I have 1. Preston's the only one without one.
That's okay. I'm not funny. All right, Nick, up to you. What do you have to say?
I was gonna say, Teddy, I want you to explain the religion.
I want you to name a
Is-
Chinese dynasty.
Is the Ming Dynasty.
The
If you know,
Han
you know.
Dynasty.
Okay.
So,
If you know, you know. I think
so
that's
Teddy, in this pew theory, is it the bullet or the gun that's the pew?
It is
gotta be the bullet.
excretion of gases
That's what I think.
Excretion?
from the barrel of the gun that makes that sound.
Oh, so you're going down to the sound waves.
Yeah, the Mac 10.
Yep.
right?
I don't know anything
If you
about
know,
guns.
you know. In a few years when we watch this, the Mac 10 will be OP again.
Hopefully be nerfed. But
We'll see. We'll see. Warzone 2. Can't wait.
Warzone 2.
yeah. So yeah. Well, yeah. So we're back.
All right.
Back
We are
from
back.
holiday break.
Yeah, back from a recess. We had a good break. We had a fun New Year's. We hope you guys had a good New Year's, and we send our wishes to you, the best of them all. But
So true.
Just a quick shout out to our sponsors tonight. With Mountain Dew Game Fuel, I'm flying off buildings and hitting 360 snipes with more precision than ever. Mountain Dew Game Fuel, baby. Couldn't live without it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So gifts. My two top gifts were a blender, nice Oster blender,
Yep.
Oster Meyer Wiener blender, and a nice Pelican SD card case. So all of our video files are gonna be nice and protected.
Yep. And I can't wait to blend everything in this apartment.
What's that goddamn music?
It's the fucking
It's Rocket League, baby.
It's fucking Rocket League happening on my TV.
yeah, you know it. Both
'Cause
Rocket
Nick
Leagues
never
are
turned it
happening.
off.
No, mine's hitting right now. But PS4 should roll into shutdown mode within like 10 minutes. It probably gives it in like 40.
Have you guys seen a PS5 in real life?
No, I haven't.
Those things are massive.
Are they actually?
Literally so
Have you
massive.
seen it?
Yes, Jordan's brother has one.
How did he get one?
Jesus.
Because he
God
waits in line
damn.
for like every day.
But waiting in every day.
Literally, the dude is nuts. But
At that point, is
I
it
tried to
even
compare
worth
it to what it's like as big as. It might
Like
be.
this board.
No, it's bigger.
Oh wait,
Really?
but did he get the disc version?
Yes.
Because see that's a giant. That looks like a Wi-Fi, like Megatron. That's
No,
what
it's
it looks
even-
like.
Like it looks so huge. It might be even bigger than the Xbox One.
It is.
Wow.
The disc and the digital, it's only just the base of it. They're the same. They're the same height. But no, I saw a picture. IKEA has like
is this?
paper cardboard models
Gross.
of the consoles to reference, and even I mean, it would be halfway up that TV.
Yeah,
over
literally.
there. I mean,
It's
it's
huge.
like so big. It's weird.
I was really, because you assume that when technology gets bigger and better that it downsizes and there's
Right.
not a lot of space. But no, that thing was freaking massive. I was like, what the? Jeez.
I think it's the
Well-
fans. I think that the fans are so big on the. I watched the deconstruction video on it,
Yeah.
and they need it. I mean, gaming PCs have been doing it for years, and they're like, "Hey, fans make a difference."
And I think that's what it is, because now people aren't really considered about size, and these consoles have to compete with the PC market now.
Right.
You know,
Well, look at the Xbox. Like now it's a box, so it's just as more in a vertical format. But that's still massive too, in a sense. Like I've seen TikToks of that,
tall.
and it's not the same. Like obviously tall in profile, like vertically, but it's a brick. It's like it's really massive. Like they're both of them putting out they're putting out a lot of great quality, to be honest with you. But I don't know. It takes up a lot of space, and also the effort to get one is so nuts right now that it's like I might not even get one until a year from now because
I'm thinking the same.
Because the scalpers out there are just so nuts. No, they really are. Like I can't. Like Nick was saying, like Nick can speak for himself, but like many people have it in their cart right when it drops, and it just literally in seconds, matter of minutes, it's gone.
Yeah, very sad holiday season.
Yeah, Nick, what was your favorite Christmas present?
I have been watching that PS5 since launch, and there were nights where I would follow all these Twitter accounts that keep you on the updates, and they go, all right, so we got some contacts at Target, and the drop will be anytime between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. But it might drop early, so just stay with us all night. And I go, all right, boys, here we go. And yeah, there was, I got it in my cart, 3 separate locations, once on Best Buy, once on Amazon, and once on the PlayStation Direct. And the Direct PlayStation Store was the closest I got. In my cart, I entered in my shipping information. I went to add a card, and right after that, I go, sorry, sold out. I was like, oh my God.
So you're literally racing other people to enter your fucking
That's what it is.
Payment information and shit?
Don't you just have the auto fill?
Well, I thought I did because I was signed in to my PlayStation account, so it should have been, but it didn't, so I had to enter it in. But Walmart had no authentication for if you're a robot or if you're a human. So that's why these computer programs
can just
designed for like sneaker drops
Yeah.
and like limited merch on, high fashion stuff. Like as soon as this rolled around for next gen console, it's perfect for them. Same programs, and they just milliseconds.
Literally.
They can buy a unit, refresh, and buy another one.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think the first Walmart drop, the page was up for like 70 seconds, and then the site crashed, and then it said, "Oh dear," and that was.
Oh dear.
That's the meme.
It was a meme. It wasn't even a day, but yeah, that was my whole goal for this Christmas season. My parents said, "Hey, we'll just give you the money if you want to buy the PS5." I had to put a little extra in.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, for sure. I was like, I'll be there for the drops. I mean, I'm sure it was different, and maybe that was the experience with the connection you heard about with, actually waiting at the door.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Probably better odds, honestly.
Because you can actually see it.
Yeah, but Best Buy tried getting around it because they're like only in-store pickup. So they thought they were going to fight scalpers with that, but still sold out. But after I gave up that dream on December 24th, best gift. I haven't started it yet, but the critically acclaimed Ghost of Tsushima
Oh yeah.
Has been, it kind of was the snub of the Game Awards season.
Yeah.
Which is too bad because the politics of Last of Us 2 are part 2 is through the roof. We're not even going to talk about that, but
It angers him too much.
I've heard a lot of good things about that game, so I'm excited about that. But then I also got Paper Mario, the Origami King, the Switch game, and I've never played a Paper Mario title before, and I actually really like it. I really like the combat style, and the art style is ridiculous. And
Oh yeah.
so that's what I would say. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I'm
Very
not
nice.
even that far in, but
You want me to go, Ted? All right. Favorite gift? I don't know. Usually during the time, like I get a lot of money, so I get to choose, what I want to buy. So Super Mario 2 Bros was a deluxe, for the Switch was a fun little pick me up because we had we wanted it for a while, and then
Knew it was on sale.
yeah, it was $60, and then it was on sale on Black Friday. But then you get there, and then it was just didn't pan out to happen at that time. And then we did get it. We price matched, and that was fun. I got some straps for my hammock, yes, and that was good. Definitely some gifts that were very notable in the end. But hey, I guess we pick up the losses from there. But
Am I right?
Am I right? But no, I think honestly it was good to a gift in itself that wasn't like initially gifted to me, but I mean spending time with my family. I think that was a lot of fun, and being able to still, I don't know, bake things and play games or just kind of sit around with like my grandma or whatnot in this COVID season. That was a lot of fun. And then kind of a late Christmas gift was that I was able to go to Benson for New Year's, and I think that was a lot of fun. And yeah, it was a heck of a lot of fun. I mean, Narzi and Hoyam were there too, and so yeah, I guess I don't know. Hanging out with people that within regulations
that are near and dear to you.
Right. Meeting up with some high school friends that you haven't seen, in a year, and love to catch up with them. And I don't know, it's just kind of fun to see where they're at in their life, and you're still connected.
What a wholesome answer when it was supposed to be about commercialism.
Oh my god.
Well, okay. It's just
dollar bills, buddy. What are we
good
talking
thing. Yeah,
about?
right,
I can't buy friendship.
Good thing we were sponsored by Pendleton, because I was gifted a big liter full of that puppy of Canadian blended whiskey from Boss Tyatskis, and it was fantastic. It's sadly gone already, but thank you for sponsoring us now, and Stella. I'm proudly drinking that in front of everyone else here. And
we'll show you the clips of the Stella bottle some other time that Nick got.
I got like 25 guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise is all I'm gonna say about that.
And they're so good.
Every one of them.
Yeah. Teddy, you want to say your favorite gift?
Yeah, sure. I got alcohol and
Good start.
Teddy's favorite gift. Alcohol.
And then a pair of jumper cables so I can jump my own car.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep. No need
We're
for
going
help
nuts.
from anyone else. You're doing it yourself.
Let's go.
But you need another car to jump your car.
Yeah.
But you say, don't worry, buddy.
No,
I have the
we're
cables
good.
myself.
Yeah. Don't you worry.
Yep.
You could also use it for other things, but that's all right. That's even better. A little more wholesome.
So true. I'd say my best gift was my best gift for my overall was definitely my Polaroid that I got for my girlfriend, but also my Polaroid camera. I mean, but another good gifts. My board games I got new board games. Got Secret Hitler and Bargain Quest, recommended by my dear friend Patrick. And
we played them many times.
I don't know if you played Bargain Quest.
I want to
but-
play that. I haven't played that ever.
I played Bargain Quest. Right?
Oh, I don't know.
I think so.
I've only ever played it at Patrick's house. Honestly, I don't know if you were there.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't.
But
I was thinking of Sheriff Nottingham.
yes, that's a different one. That's another good one. But I also, that was good. I also got a little dock that puts on my laptop, gives me more options and more ports and stuff, and that was good. And that's about it.
Very nice. I also probably the greatest thing that I got over the holiday break that wasn't really it was a Christmas present to myself, treating myself this holiday season.
So true, and we need to do
But
it more.
it's a business investment, honestly. I really don't find any joy in it.
It's actually a hobby more of a
It's
hobby.
more of a
Passion project.
It's right,
It's
it's all the
it's
above.
more of a work study, but not really.
But we'll get you a grant.
Yeah,
Right.
I said maybe, but no, not really.
So it's a Sony A7 III mirrorless camera, and so I'm pumped about that.
You gotta grab it. You have to grab it.
Yeah, I might have to grab
We
it.
need to see the floor model.
Yeah, it's great. It's the first upgrade that I've had in a camera since like 3 years ago. But I'll grab it.
Yeah.
You guys can gush over it.
Oh,
No, that's all for you, dude.
Crispy images, obviously, right off the bat. It has some cool.
Krispy Kreme. Oh, I love
Literally.
those donuts.
they
He
really
took-
were good.
He took some videos last night, or was it 2 nights ago?
Did they
and
have
it-
them in Owatonna?
2 nights ago.
Yeah,
Krispy
2
Kreme?
nights ago,
Yeah.
and it was
No.
really good.
Do they have in the city?
Yeah, in Coon Rapids. Yeah.
It's more
Oh.
of a compact
But when I was a kid,
camera,
yeah,
to
they
be
took it out
honest
when I
with
was
you.
like in middle school.
And it's
No, we're
it's just
big
nice
Quick Trip,
cage.
like all
Oh,
around. So
gross.
it's
The
Glazers.
Glazers.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Glazers are the poor man's Krispy Kreme, no doubt about it.
yeah.
But I mean, if you don't have a Krispy Kreme, you don't know you're missing out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of where.
You're like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
no,
then,
no. I definitely remember riding up to Quick Trip. You get your 6-pack of Glazers for $2,
Yeah.
and you chow those puppies down on the way back.
Yep. It's.
And then you're at
stupid
your
shit.
friend's Mitchell's house and you puke them all up.
Yep.
For
Because
some reason, those donuts though, you could squish them together so easily in your mouth. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Like,
And I don't think anyone else can hear what you're saying.
oh, I was just saying like those type of donuts. Don't mind it. Don't mind that.
He's in it, boys. He's in it.
I'm really in it, boy. Yeah, what the fuck?
Hey, somebody clip it. Somebody clip it. Perfect. All right. Thank you.
What a fucking year. Let's just start out by saying that. God damn it. That's
All
all
right,
I'm
all
gonna
right.
say.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
No, I'm good.
Stella
But
beer.
let me just know that. That's
Brought
not the
to you
first
by-
time I've ever sworn on this podcast. So it was very well worth it. Oh, okay, but that's the only time I've never acknowledged it. Okay, but thank God.
What were we talking about?
I was talking about those
Donuts. Donuts. Yeah.
So
sound
those type
effect.
of donuts, like that quality.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Donuts. You're doing great. You're doing great.
I'm just trying here. And so so those donuts, they're a lower quality. They're a little more greasy, but the glaze is just good enough for you to swallow down, right?
Yeah.
So those ones, they don't seem like anything once you eat one, so you just want to eat a bunch. Walmart has that 12-pack that you get in like a bagel type of packaging.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh
I know what
yeah.
you're talking about.
Those you just down like nothing.
Oh.
Crazy. But then your stomach is literally like you're carrying like
No,
twins in your.
it's terrible.
Oh,
there's something about that
it's
icing
absolutely
cream.
terrible.
When you pack it down, you're like, I'm in trouble. And that's exactly like the 6-pack. You know, I could eat 3. You shouldn't. You
really
absolutely
should. But
shouldn't.
the thing is, you knock down 3 once you get to your car.
Oh, I know.
And then you knock down 2 more as you're driving home for the 10-minute drive. And then when you get home, you said might as well as you're booting up the PS4. So it's like, what do you got
And they're
left?
gone. I know.
Yeah.
But
Just the memories. The memories will
we've
last
missed
forever.
out at this point with Krispy Kreme because I've had a Krispy Kreme donut maybe twice. Like
Really?
But it was
My mom used to get them for me every Friday when I'd come out of
well,
elementary school.
it's not in Owatonna, and
Yeah.
I'm not driving to the city for
So
a
true,
donut.
so
but yeah, there was one time sister was coming home from Nebraska, and they bought a pack on the way, and they said an extra donut. They said, "Here, do you want it?" It was one of those situations where they turn around to throw the box away, and when they turn back around, the donut's gone because I just down the chute, and it's just gone.
See ya.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
They're so good. Like it's another level, and I don't know. Probably the icing. I mean, honestly,
No, it
that's-
is.
That it has to come down to that.
Yeah. Also, so like this is another funny story is that in high school, so there's no Krispy Kremes left. They took it out of Coon Rapids. It's actually replaced with a vitamin store, which is very just like
Straight
it seems like out
vitamins?
of a movie. Like
Yeah,
it's like
right.
oh, they replaced the fun donut store with the vitamin store. It's literally called the Vitamin Shop.
Is it like pre-workout and like straight vitamin pills or like?
Yes, all they sell is pills.
Oh, dude.
That's weird.
No, like there's a.
you go.
Oh, there in Fargo we had one in Krispy Kreme, but that's the thing though. Like if you have a donut shop like that, I'm not gonna go there every day. Like maybe once a week, if not. But it's like a treat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's like when you go to Dairy Queen for a Blizzard, you're not going there every freaking day for that.
Right.
And so that went out of business and turned into a liquor store. So it's like what's like I don't know how Krispy Kreme really makes a franchise in like in a location that's
Very remote. or
yeah, or like even a remote, or like even in your case, that's definitely bigger than Fargo. Coon Rapids is, I think.
what? Yeah, about the
And-
same size.
Yeah, literally about the same size, and that's just. I mean, I can't find myself paying that much money to go to get a Krispy Kreme donut just to want to kill myself.
No, but the story was that once they took it out, this was like in high school. My friend Brandon would go down to see his grandparents a lot in Florida, and he would always take orders like it's like drug smuggling.
Oh
It was
my
like
God.
who wants me to bring back Krispy Kreme?
That's so funny.
And like sometimes like he would have to bring like so many Krispy Kremes in his carry-on or just like all this other stuff. Like they'd be like, what? Like they check his luggage. It was just donuts, like filled with donuts. Like,
It's incredible.
What's happening here,
What
buddy?
a bro. What a absolute
He's like,
bro.
yeah, what are these laced with?
No, yeah, he'd bring back like a lot. I don't even remember, but it was a lot, and like you'd get like your 12-pack or and it was just like the glazed donuts.
What was that bench that he did? That was like so nuts. The bench.
The earthquake bench.
Yeah, the earthquake.
Where-
Does he eat one as he earthquake benches or what?
No, but it's the bar that suspends the weights by a rubber band, so you have to balance it as you pull up. And it's called an earthquake bar because no one can possibly do it like this. They go like this because they're just like literally just out of their minds. And that's all I know. That's my friend Brandon. All right, Nick.
Nice.
What do you have to say?
So thinking about that, like stores closing down, announced this week, Family Video is closing down the rest of its franchise. Been open for 42 years.
There's
And-
one in Coon Rapids.
Yeah, one in Owatonna.
Yep.
But thinking about that I mean, I guess you get to push where there's still rental services. Like GameFly does
Redbox.
games, Redbox still does, but like you're like, okay, Blockbuster's out.
Mhm.
We're gonna still hold in it. It's weird to think about those kind of things where you're like, even with we're really in it now, especially in COVID.
Yeah.
But like you look at their whole thing was new movies.
Right.
You would get DVD first before it went streaming. That's just how it was.
Yeah.
But now that all these companies have their own streaming services, it's going right to streaming after they do a movie run, or obviously in the COVID era, it's done.
Exactly.
It's just straight to streaming.
Like Wonder Woman was.
Exactly. Yeah. So with that kind of stuff, I mean, obviously, Family Video wasn't going to last.
No, it was
there was
bound
no
to
way.
fail.
Yes, it was definitely bound to fail. But you think about that.
The longevity or what?
Yeah, how it even made it.
Like past 2015 or
Right,
even.
right. Whenever Blockbuster closed.
Literally.
I mean, it was over 5 years.
Yeah.
And that's the weird thing about the like you were saying about the Krispy Kreme. You're like, how do they make money to sustain that?
Yeah.
That's so weird. I saw the headline. I'm like, makes sense, but yeah, it's 5 to 7 years after
Yeah.
Blockbuster.
The Coon Rapids Blockbuster is now Affinity Plus Financial. So
Nice.
See, that's the thing though, because with Dunkin' Donuts, they saw that, hey, like there's still donuts, out there, but they sell coffee.
Yeah.
And so that's how they're able to keep going, and they have a bunch of
Right.
stores opening up and stuff. But with these Blockbuster, like Blockbuster going out, and a fun fact is that Jamestown's Blockbuster is now a probation center for when you check in if you're on probation. But like, I
there's like some parallel there that we need to.
there really is. But I remember as a kid, that was nuts. Walking into a Blockbuster or seeing like, hey, we're gonna rent out a movie. Like, let's look at, and it's just all laid out. And now it's like, we're almost expecting it to be on a streaming service.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I don't. What is it?
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
so nuts. And like the patience of our generation is slowly going down. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like I was just thinking about that the other day. I was on TikTok. And so then I'm just watching, video after video, no ads whatsoever. And then I go on Instagram, then there's an ad in between, or like, you know what I mean? Or like I go on YouTube, and like I just don't.
You were
have
just like, what the-
I don't have patience, honestly, for Instagram anymore because there's not a video showing, or like I don't get. It's so weird. Like I don't want that to happen, but that's like what it's training to happen.
Yes.
And so it's like, if I'm already at this point, like where is it, going further?
Well, that's the other crazy thing. Remember when we used to play cookie clickers
Yep.
and the games, and you're like, well, what are we doing here? It's
Yeah.
your attention. That's all companies want is
Yep.
your attention. If you're not
And they
doing
got the
anything
ads
else,
going on top and bottom.
and you don't even think about it.
Yep.
It's amazing. I 100% agree with you.
Like business psychology is so nuts,
Yeah.
and people don't even think about that. Like psychology is a huge part of business, and if you have a good like psychology like in your marketing department and stuff like that, and like you have all these like stats, and like you can just get so many people just into your product so quick.
Yeah, and it's also weird too when you're in such a closed environment comparatively. If you look at the U.S. as a whole to where in the Midwest we are, there are things that we think about. Just last night we were watching a guy that had 6.9 million views on a guess that emoji Roblox gameplay.
And we were like, who is this guy?
And we're like, who is it? This
Yeah.
is so dumb. Why is anybody watching it? But there could be hundreds of thousands of people out there that's like, oh yeah, this is quality content.
Yep. I love Guess the Emoji Roblox Edition.
Right. I mean, obviously there are millions of views, but even that type of content, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's just nuts because you think of as us being content creators, you know, trying to get out there in the world and stuff like that. And then you get this Joe Schmo who does absolutely, you know, like they're talking about their life. Like, you know, like some of these people who get in, has multiple million subscribers or whatnot, they solely transition to just talking about their life, doing vlogs, and they still have millions of views because these people are so intrigued about their life. It's like, it's kind of ridiculous because like any one of us could have that chance, you know. It's just whatever. It's a 1 in a million type of thing.
Luck for sure.
And like these people, okay, like there's thing of gamers, you know what I mean? There's tons of amazing, really good gamers out there that are really good, but only certain people have grown to that popularity. And TikTok has obviously brought up some of these gamers, but it's like, what is this weird, you know, algorithm that allows for someone to get famous right now and like someone to
instant.
Not? Because there's people out there with crazy good content that are not they get absolutely none. And so it's like it doesn't make sense because it's like it's such an industry where you're on public appraisal, you're really applying to the customer, you know, like you're giving yourself out to the people in the public. But if you don't make it, how does that, like, I maybe I'm going off a tangent here, but like, if you don't make it, then what's the point? You know what I mean? Because that one other guy did the same thing, but you were putting out better content, but he made it. Like, how does that give you motivation to still keep going up in that world if you're still trying to, you know, create content for like the public?
That's the thing. I think me and Nate have also struggled with that thought for a while of just like, oh, we're creating good stuff. Like we watch it back, we're like, this is funny, this is great, and then. But we're like, oh, it only has like 100 views or blah, blah, and 40 of them were us. But it's 40 but like, it's not always about, I mean, obviously you do want to like get recognition from people, and that is like a good part of it. In any art is like seeing, oh, great job tonight. That was a great performance of music. Oh, great video. I loved it in the comments or whatever. Like that's a great part of it. But, you know, also Nate talks about it all the time about how we like do it for ourselves and because we love to do it. And I mean, you got to find the fine line between like doing something for yourself, but also making content that other people enjoy. And I think that's like a great thing about different communities and stuff is that like if you find a community that you really enjoy or like this really weird thing you're into, like Pokemon card pack openings, like for example, for me, that's just like so niche, but like I really just get into it. I think you just find a good fan base and whoop-de-doo.
Well, there's always that correlation. Well, like you're talking about, the people who survive in this like content creating world are the people who find the like happy medium, kind of like all the stars converging of the audience, the niche that they love, and that person loving to make that content.
Their own personal stamp on creating it, and just like their own personal way of doing it.
Because the people who like do it just for the views or do it because like, oh, I want to be like an influencer or I want to you know, be popular, be like, you know, stuff like that,
get that approval or whatever,
it never works out.
No,
you know, because like once you get a taste of it, that's it, and you're like, whatever.
You say that though, but you look at the Paul brothers, you look at the D'Amelio family, you look at all these like you go, oh, but they're such well, they're making 8 figures and they're set for the rest of like you think about that, you like I think it's luck. I really think it's luck.
Every part of success has luck in it,
but that's just what I mean. I'm nothing against TikTok, but I'm against TikTok.
Nick's about to go off
because of that like weird flip factor where like they're not doing anything, but they're making millions of dollars.
Because there's a market for it.
Yeah, there is. But that's it's
just kind of like the whole sports argument too. Like, oh, well, they're just an athlete. Like, you know, it can't be that hard, and they make millions of dollars. But like, oh, there's a market for it, and people watch it and they like it.
Yeah. No,
there's entertainment and it's just.
obviously there's money there. That's why they're getting paid. But I
understand how it can be frustrating to just look at them dance for 15 seconds, get like 15 million views, 2 million likes, and then just go on about their day.
And we've worked on a short film that we're, close to wrapping up the editing on for what?
For our own enjoy.
For like 3-4 months now that we've worked on it?
Close is a relative term.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, see, that was another thing, though, that I was thinking about, because I was watching actually a little vlog that a TikToker that I was watching. I'm not a big TikToker, but, like, I do watch it in the pastime, while you're taking a shit or whatnot. And she was saying that now she's moving to L.A., and she's 17. And so it's, nuts how these people, they hit it off at random because they saw this trend and they just, bop like that. And now their whole lifestyle is changing. They're making so much money. They're going to go to college, but whatnot. But they're moving to LA. They're already hanging out. She was saying how this TikTok community, all these, very popular, whatever people, figures, influencers, and that they're all friends. It's like a community in itself. It's kind of nuts because I think, when they, like you're saying about luck, they didn't plan for anything to happen. They just did it, and then boom, right there it is. But Nate, what you're saying about enjoying what you're doing and putting it out and you're not caring as long as you're doing it for yourself, those are the people that I usually watch or subscribe to YouTube, because then you can see that they're not doing it just for, whatnot, or that's what I want to learn more about their life, or I want to see what they're doing. That's the intriguing part of it, and that's why they're so successful. So I think at the end of the day, me watching a Tim the Tat stream, Tim the Tat Man, what he's playing a game or whatnot, I'm really watching it for the conversation he has of it, not even for the gameplay, because he's so confident in himself in doing what he loves, is gaming, and he makes a bunch of money of it, but he's so appreciative to the community for giving it back to him, and that it's it's a two-way street, you know what I mean? And so I think that's why I enjoy, whatever. But
yeah, that's definitely the thing, is that there's great gamers, like you said, but then there's people that are successful off it because they can interact with the commenters and blah, blah, blah. And they also just have a charm and charisma and just can carry a conversation and be a personality.
The great line of that is, it's not what you're buying, it's why they're selling it.
Right.
That's why you get involved.
Right.
And that plays into what you're talking about, Nate, about that passion. And I think that creates a better product in the end, But that was just kind of why I brought up that comment about, do you think the Paul brothers really care about the $200,000 Pokemon card opening?
Right.
Or do you think it was just a flex and a clickbait,
That was exactly what it was.
yeah, that's
And it also is just not sad, but it's just it's disheartening to me. When they're boxing or whatever, they can literally do whatever the fuck they want because they're just so rich and they have so many followers at this point. It's just it just is disheartening as trying to be a content creator or just put stuff out there or whatever the fuck. It just is I don't even know.
No, I get what you're saying for sure, because even from a musician standpoint, I think one thing that's another thing, the social media has gone, pretty vast to expose a lot of amazing singers. And or even just musicians in general, talented musicians. And these people are nuts crazy. They're so good, natural talent, natural born talent, not even really any vocal training at all or whatever instrument training. But I don't know. It's just because there's so many out there. It's sometimes disheartening because it's wow, I really thought I was good.
Right.
I got here to this point.
Yep.
I got into college with my instrument. You know what I mean? And there's still even better people on top. But then it brings you back to the reason why you're doing it. Because if you're just doing it for the purpose of trying to beat others out, that's not really why you should be doing it. You should be creating music for the betterment of the world, not for this sense of obviously there's a competitive side which increases, but there's a fine line, like you're saying. There's always for I said, the betterment of the world. But at the end of the day, you got to stay true to yourself. I love trumpet. I love playing trumpet. I'm going to be competitive as hell on trumpet. You know what I mean? I'm going to always give my 100%.
Yep.
But right now, as far as I know, my real joy is in conducting. And so you have to give and take, you know what I mean? But like at the end of the day, as long as you're doing something, because the life is so short, as in what you want to do, and you're giving yourself the passion, you have people around yourself providing you for that happiness as well, like you're ultimately winning. Like I don't care if you have multiple like millions of dollars, like as long as you're doing what you love and you have people surrounding you supporting that and also providing to that happiness, like geez, like I mean that's a millionaire in itself. That is higher than any lottery in anything, more worth than anything can like money can give you. So like that's why I wonder about these people making multiple millions. Are they really do they know what they want to do? That probably has damaged them. You know, this girl at 17 going nuts, crazy famous, she can't she can't do TikTok for the rest of her life because as like social media and like it goes on,
evolves. It's constantly evolving.
It evolves. So like, are you just gonna hit 1 mil now and you gotta make it work for the rest of your life? Like that's damaging.
Or are you gonna be a nurse? And then I'm 50 years down the line, I'm getting a blood transfusion, and she's like, yeah, I once had 3 million followers on TikTok. I'm like,
literally.
Huh,
what was that, Vine or what was that TikTok again? Like literally, that's what it is though. So it's I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just babbling, but
well, I mean, and there's also the thought of I don't know. There's two ways to it because there are so many people who get those like tons and tons and tons of views, but you know that one person who like actually shows talent and whatever it is could get a call from whoever, you know, even if they don't make content on their own,
right.
It gets big. It's, you know, you're getting your face out there.
Yes.
And it's like, it's a marketing thing. You're marketing yourself as well as your content.
Yeah, and it's all about once you get that one lucky break, it's what do you do with that from there? How do you take that and say, okay, this is not the only thing I have to offer, and I can do more than this. And
true, because you can easily get pigeonholed into just like your one thing.
Yep, you're a Roblox man now.
Right.
And
a company wants to pick you up, and you're like, we're gonna make you do that. We're gonna pay you so much money. But you're in a 20-year contract, and
that's Sugar Pine 7. They were successful with their vlogs and their what are they called? What was their vlogs called? Alternative lifestyle. And Rooster Teeth picked them up, and they were like, okay, we want you to do one of these every day. And they did for every day for like a year, and they just got so burnt out, and they quit Rooster Teeth because they're like, we love making these videos, but they're just not the same anymore because we have to. Like, it just becomes tiring at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
And the audience can tell. You can, like, I watched, I think, the first few seasons.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of changes. And you can't really, it's not a conscious thing that you can tell what it is.
It's just like a feeling.
It's a feeling.
Yeah.
Yep. There's just no heart left in it.
Yeah.
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 And you know what fills that heart, though? Money. And that's the worst part. Money controls too much of all this shit, and that's how it is. That's how and that's... You know, even with that example, money is what brought them in.
Yep.
Hey, we're going to get you top views. We're going to get you that great contract. You know, you're going to get a nice percentage. And that controls so much of entertainment. And yeah, it does suck when you're like, man, I really thought Casey Neistat, you know, what a guy. You know, I remember his whole hype train when everybody's like,
I really did like him.
Back in the day, like that New
2016,
York.
his vlogs.
When he was just zooming through, you're like, this is so genuine. But then it was move to California, it's family and all. Like, no. There's so much more politics there that everybody knew about that he was getting into, you know? And you're like, you lost that. I'm going to set up a camera and I'm going to ride my skateboard down New York.
You're right.
You know? And you're like, that was amazing. One of the greatest YouTube videos I've ever seen is when he grabs on the back of the snowboarding? Of the police cars.
Down the
Oh yeah.
That's one of the greatest videos I've ever seen. And it's because of that wonder of like
just like, let's just fucking do it.
Yeah. Oh, love it. What a great video.
Yeah.
It's funny, that kind of leads into something I was gonna talk about earlier with the Paul brothers too, where you're talking about they could literally just do anything. And I mean not anything, but it's the exciting things, and they're like, holy shit, can't believe they did that. It's the wow factor, right?
But once you're already up here, like where they're opening $200,000 packs of Charizard, whatever the hell, it's like, you know, and then once they start doing shit like that every video, it's like, okay, well, who gives a fuck?
Well, and then that brings the bar up even higher.
Yeah.
And so it's the constant, like, you have to keep topping yourself, or you're gonna fall. You know,
which is arguably what they're doing for boxing.
And that's how it compares to like. So in my sports class, my sport and gender class, we talked about this switch where sports used to be a spectator, or where spectators would watch for the aesthetics of sport.
And
And
skill,
over the years,
something like
it's
that?
changed into heroics, and so there's this like transition from aesthetics to heroics, where it went from
Right.
like looking at like the motion of it and like the expertise of these tiny little details, but now viewers don't care about
No,
that.
now they want to
care-
see records broken.
Yep.
They want to
see
see
the hardest hits.
Yep.
They want to see you
Crazy
push yourself
catches,
to the
yeah.
absolute limit until you're about to fucking die. And then that's the point where you get the most views. And that's where it's like you can like the video that I showed you guys of that amazing animated thing of the like Warhammer short that I showed you guys. One guy did that.
Really?
Yes,
That's
one
actually
guy.
nutty.
Insane. And it's beautiful. It's an absolutely beautiful like short. The visuals of that are insane. And like it's not that popular because it's art and it's so niche and
Right.
nobody cares about it. Even though it's so gorgeous, nobody cares about it because there's no wow factor and it's not popular, like, you know.
Right.
And so there's no love for like that sort of for like art anymore because it's about aesthetics. And it's not, and now even art is switching to that heroic side.
Yes.
Where you want to see like big, like, you know, in movies, you know, it's blockbusters and everything like that. But I think that definitely plays into it where it's, you know, it's the heroics being outweighed by, or like aesthetics being overweighed by heroics. But
No,
Anyway.
no. I feel personally that the wow factor hits harder for those kids in middle school now, that generation, and then maybe even in high school, or even, you know, I know kids in elementary school that are on YouTube now, subscribed for other people and whatnot they're watching. Like that wow factor is so big, and maybe just because like I'm not in that generation right now, you know what I mean? But it's really portraying to that audience, you know, like, because like I remember watching Good Mythical Morning. I've been watching it since 2016, and they've been doing a video almost every single day. And those guys love what they do. Though, you know, I talked about like how you guys were talking about, who was it that did the
Sugar Pine 7?
Yeah, Sugar Pine 7. They did every day, and, you know, they got burnt out. These guys have been doing it like every single day. Then they do even another video like Good Mythical More. They have something afterwards.
It's kind of honestly amazing.
it really is.
Because these guys, I don't know anyone else, correct me if I'm wrong, but on YouTube that has done the same thing for so long, and they
It's a
keep
once in a
putting out
lifetime thing.
like content, and they keep having the same passion about it. They even have a podcast about, like, they have so much content creating out there. They have a whole company. They have a whole, like, you know, merch and whatnot. And like,
PewDiePie. He's the only other one.
okay, true. But gaming is a
10-year
different.
stretch with
But
video
gaming is a
every day.
different. Okay, you're right. You're okay. Video every day. Like that. Okay, true. But like, there's so few, like a handful of few that have
Yeah,
been
I
able
would
to
say
do
there's
that.
a few in the style and the genre that they
Literally. And so it's like, that is nuts in itself, because then that's when you can see really, like, I don't know how many times you can watch, like, will it, you know, work, or what's the one that they always do for, like, will it eat or
Yeah, will it
something?
taco?
Will it
yeah,
blend?
will it taco?
Will it
and
corn
like,
dog?
like,
Yeah,
I don't know
no.
how many different versions I've watched of it, but every single time I've clicked on it, and every single time, you know, maybe it is that wow factor. Maybe that is a wow factor in itself. But I think right now there's so many kids that are just bumping it up, and you're talking about the Paul brothers. I personally think that, I don't think those two ever wanted to box ever in their life, but they're just doing it because it's the next step for the wow factor,
Yeah.
and that they're on the
Bigger and
next
better
level
screens,
stage.
baby.
Like, imagine a stage in person, live, fighting one of, you know, some of the greats in boxing, or like another, you know,
Just
public
superstar
figure.
athlete.
Yeah, superstar athlete. Like, what can get higher than that? Like, I really don't know, and that's what they keep going for. And the drama behind it too. Like, there's so much YouTube drama.
Yeah, there's so much fanfare.
Yeah,
around
like
it.
it's absolutely nuts. It's like a screw TV. Honestly, ET. Like, what the heck is that?
I haven't watched cable TV in probably
Only
10 years. Low
only
key.
for sports.
Once
Only
I got
for
into middle
sports.
school, I was just YouTube.
Yeah.
And I stopped watching cable TV.
Oh yeah, it's becoming just absurd. It's like a landline in your house. Why the heck would you ever have a landline anymore?
I still have a landline.
I still do too, but it's like, what's the point?
I just aged our parents.
No, it really does. But like,
It's the only number my grandma knows.
it's kind of nuts, because like, going back to the fact that we're sitting here, like, I mean, I guess me, you know, being a music major, and everyone else being, you know, content creators and whatnot, that we're really adhering to the public. Like say you're doing like an engineering or something else. You're maybe bettering the earth. You're maybe, bettering some other technology. You're working for something else. But we're really the public servants in a sense.
Like our craft relies on people.
Yes, we're reliant on their output, like how they react to our music. Like, in a sense, it's kind of like the type A part of me and the competitive nature of me just really hates it.
Yes.
Because like I want to, I don't know, like prove my own worth for my own worth. You know what I mean? But it's reliant on the audience. It's reliant on their perception of how I conducted or whatever. I haven't done that yet, or how I played a piece.
Right.
And it's so, I don't know, it's kind of mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling how other people's perception of you determines your own self-worth.
Which is my career. Which is all of our career.
Yeah, and low-key, a lot of people can't take it.
No.
Not a lot of people can take that.
And it's so gnarly because I remember I see, music majors around me that hate like auditions or hate like going up front for juries or whatnot. I'm like, that is the major in itself, you performing in someone else. If you can't handle that, how can you handle performing, instructing your group of kids and like putting them up front in front of their parents? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense, because music in itself and content creating itself is almost competitive in nature.
Yes.
It always is. It's not, there's only going to be the sole content out here and that's just what it is. You're going against multiple other people every single day. And like, you just have to have such a firm self-confidence that what you're doing is what you enjoy and what you think you have a different perspective on, and then you can bring something else to the table.
Yep.
And if you don't have those, like whatever, how many reasons that is, like solidified within you, then you're not ready for that anything of that nature in that environment. It's a whole different jungle. It's a dog eats dog world, and it really is.
You can't control anybody but yourself.
Exactly.
That's so weird that we started kind of with that company talk of the companies want your attention, but then that's the artists' competition there as well.
Right.
And
because we are our own company.
Right.
As an artist. Yeah.
Right,
You have to
that's
sell
the whole
yourself.
point.
We're our own business.
Yeah. And unfortunately, because of the standards of today, it's like even within art, you can't do all right, I'm going to play a song all minor and I'm going to be naked and it's going to be shot on a flip phone and this is my, magnus opus, and you're like,
Magnum
no.
opus, if I may say so myself.
So the standards have been set. You go, no, I need at least 1080p. No, the audio needs to be crisp.
Yes.
No, the song needs to make
4K
sense
maybe.
melodically.
Yes. And I remember when me and Nate were starting our podcast last year, that was like just like not a big fear, but just like a big, maybe it was a fear of just like, we need all this shit. But people have freaking. I watched this one ASMR artist that has she has 650,000 subscribers, and she just uses her iPhone to film with her damn iPhone microphone.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
The earbuds.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I often wonder how freaking crazy the quality on those iPhone earbuds that you plug in your phone with that microphone, and like people are singing into that thing.
I know.
And it's like, Jesus Christ, you have a condenser on that thing? Like, what the like, who's the guy in the back running that audio? Like, I'm like, Blaine, buddy, turn down that reverb. Like, oh my gosh.
Apple did something with those headphones.
I don't know what it is, but it's like, I think
true.
It's so funny because I remember it used to, sorry, not to take over anyone, but like this like when I see 720p, on my phone, it automatically goes to 720p. I'm like, God, this is just like, what am I watching?
What
like
dog shit?
18 frames per second. Like, geez, I paid how much for this phone? Get to 1080p, and sometimes like, wow, this isn't enough. And it's like, because we're so spoiled by the quality that keeps going out there. It goes back to the patience thing too. It's I don't know. I'm kind of scared, to be honest, because I'm already feeling this way. Like with the technology coming out, I'm like, man, am I just gonna be like a Scrooge, or like what am I really gonna be?
I always just think it's crazy though that technology to the public is always like 2 or 3 years behind what's actually available.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's
I love
so
thinking about
nuts.
that too.
It's so nuts.
Yeah.
Like when you like look at all these governments and movies and stuff, it's like who fucking knows? They could have these holograms that are up there and doing whatever the hell.
All right, so they actually do have alien technology.
All right, so
And
aliens exist.
we don't actually. We could be
Bob
running
Lazar.
our cars on water right now, but the government couldn't have that happen because it would destroy our economy.
I saw that theory.
Yep, it's not a theory; it's proven.
All right, it's game theory.
It's gamer theory.
Thank you for Joe Rogan also sponsoring this podcast because we're big.
guy.
Yeah, we're big
Good buddy
fans
Joe.
of you. Yeah, big buddy Joe.
I'll call him up later after the show.
We're smoking after
We
the show.
we spent a few weeks in his place in was it Colorado, Wyoming? I don't remember. It was
You
all a
moved to
blur.
Texas now.
Texas. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we all rubbed
Great
his bald
studio.
head.
Yeah, we rubbed his bald head. Said, "Hey, buddy, you look like Tim the Tap Man." He says, "No, that's my brother." And I said,
He said,
"All
"Why you
right."
got a dent in the top of your head?"
Yeah.
It's kind of like a
Why are we all
genie.
getting
Genie's lamp.
4 pounds of meat each just for lunch. All right.
Yeah, why am I eating elk for dinner,
I
breakfast,
said,
and
why am I
lunch?
leaving with 25 pounds too? All
Oh
right,
my
thanks for the bag.
God. Oh yeah, that's that technology.
Well,
thing.
speaking of technology,
Wait, was this all because Nate went to go grab his camera?
yes.
Oh my gosh,
All
I
right.
forgot about
So
it.
speaking
No, it
of
was Krispy
technology,
Kreme.
Oh,
yeah, it literally was.
Those Christmas gifts, actually.
So-
so true.
Speaking-
It was actually Nate's computer dying.
So true.
Speaking of technology,
Mm.
here she is, the bad boy herself. This is the Sony A7 III. This is going to deliver some high quality video next week for you guys. So better tune in for that one. It's going to be a special one.
Yep, and we're using Teddy's laptop, so it won't crash.
Yep. That's
So
a
the
lot of
three-
RAM, 16
Oh, yeah.
gigs. That's a whole 8 more than we have on this bad boy.
Holy shit.
But yeah, I'll just give it I'll kind of give you a peek on the inside here of this full frame sensor.
Oh, please.
Yeah, you do it to him,
The
Nate.
fun fact is about this A7 III is that the 3 is not like a number 3. It's not 3 capitalized. It's 3 small eyes. on the
Small-eyed.
Sony. The lowercase eyes.
Lowercase eyes.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Yep.
There's that full frame sensor.
Yep. Right in your mouth.
Anyway, so this is gonna deliver, still 1080p, but it's gonna be crispy 1080p.
Yeah, it's still
Because
tiny.
I don't think
Alright, so
I
I
don't
know
think
what you're
this
talking
yeah.
about.
I don't think the stream could handle 4K video.
No, I don't think Gustavus's internet could handle 4K video.
So true.
We don't deserve 4K yet,
but,
but soon we will.
We're close.
But coming up soon, our next short film is gonna be shot on this thing too. So
So true.
it's a very exciting time.
There's
It's,
always
uh,
new stuff coming up.
Yep.
Really? It's just building your inventory, baby.
Building the resume.
You're just building everything. We're
It's important.
We're thriving.
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 Share those music.
But stay tuned for we're having an Instagram separation. so-
Overhaul.
yeah, overall. So
Overalls.
yeah, overall. Carhartt sponsored.
Yeah, thank you.
John, you look good in overalls.
You
Thank
do.
you.
You look great.
Did I?
bro.
Did I really?
Yes, you
Because
did.
I felt really good with them, and yeah, we'll talk about that when the podcast is over. But so we're doing an Instagram for our actual business, so LooneyBin Productions, and then we'll do LooneyBin Creative, which is going to be our podcast,
Our shorts.
our short films that we have. We're currently editing, and it's just kind of like where we're
Gaming,
having
streaming.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like where we're having fun. We're also having fun doing our business, but we want to separate down the middle because we have a different vibe for it.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for a logo to pop up. So if anyone's watching right now and they have a good idea for a logo,
Yeah, J-Man, we're looking at you.
It's funny because we know so many designers.
yeah, we do know many designers, but like it's just a matter of time and place, and
It's better to keep it in house too.
Right.
We'll pay you with Estella.
we'll
We'll
pay you with a
we'll
lot.
mail you a
Can we
Stella.
afford that?
I think so.
The
John.
probably Stella's
Yeah.
paying
Put it
for
on
it.
the company card.
Jamin, just for
That's what I did for the new Sony. I put it on the company
Oh
card.
my
Wait, what?
God.
That's
No,
just
Nate.
my mom's credit card.
Nate, I thought you bought it with your. You remember that one vid you did on the hub for all those earnings you did? I thought that's how you did it.
No, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I watched it.
It was sadly to say it was about 420p though, but you could still see a lot in that one.
It looked like the girl didn't even know that it was on.
Right. But she kept going like this, so I couldn't tell.
The blur was great.
No, it's
Yeah,
always here down. It's always
Yeah.
here down.
It was actually one of those. It was actually, if I remember correctly, it was like the the black rectangles where they can
Yep,
put it
right
on
on the
and then
eyes.
they take it off, whatnot. And it was a really good, I thought it was a good film.
I got a few buffs from it.
I mean, I actually saved it in a tab And the sad thing is when they deleted 10,000 of those films.
The
and
unverified content.
Yeah.
Then it got a lot.
That's what got me.
No, I can't download it. That's just so much
and I was
space.
just looking for my big break, and that's what connecting it,
That's
full
honestly
circle.
full circle.
You just put your all in, and you hope to get something. It's luck. It's luck.
Guys, I would really,
have it that
to be
time.
honest with you,
Oh,
I'm not just a horn dog right now, but I really would love to talk about the porn industry because.
No, go for it.
Okay, thank you,
How many?
guys.
We
There,
got 5 minutes left.
okay, I'll just dive in this real quick,
The porn industry.
guys. You think about content creators right now, YouTube creators, they're making bucks. Like we watched Tim the Tatman making $500, whatever.
In
and
one
it's
donation.
nothing. In one donation, he's gifted subs. These people on OnlyFans are
Oh, yeah.
making like literally 6 figs to 7 figs a month with not even their videos that are being paid for, just the subscribers alone. And what are they doing for these other photos? They're not even naked. Like, remember when Bella Thorne dropped an OnlyFans for a bit? How much
And
money
it
she made?
destroyed OnlyFans.
It literally made so much
Like
freaking money.
1.2 million.
Yes, she made so much money, and that
Sex sells, baby.
Carrie can go off of this because she had a good comment of it the other day. OnlyFans in that nature is getting normalized.
Oh, yeah.
It is in.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Whatever your view is on it, but it's like you have two opposite sides of the spectrum from where I see it. You know what I mean? People who completely disagree with it and feel like they're like, oh, you're like allowing people to objectify your body, and other people are comfortable with their body and want to showcase their body and be
Right.
proud of it, right? And so then, but they're making tons off of it, so much money off of it. And like, to me, I guess I'm not subscribed to anyone, and like people, 50-year-old guys are, hitting up and, paying their $20 for that, 8-minute vid or whatnot. But it's so nuts of how much money is going into that. Like, these people don't have to even do a daily job. They take that, 4-minute pick in the shower with, soap on their tits, and they're good to go. Like, isn't that nuts, though? There's no work in that. That's what pisses me off, though.
Well, that's the
I think
stereotype.
it is a good thing, though.
People
It is-
don't think there is work in that.
Right. But I think it having an app that mainstreamed sexual content is why it works so well. I think it was the same thing with Venmo. I didn't like. It was always let me have enough money to buy my meal, because if I have to pay somebody back, that's such a mess. But Venmo came in and you're like instant, don't even think about it, send the money off.
Right.
I think OnlyFans, I mean, how many people still open the old hub and the incognito tab because they don't want people knowing about it?
Right.
I mean, you keep it out of your history, but OnlyFans turned into this. It doesn't matter who the name is. It doesn't matter what the category is. You buy your little tokens or your subscriber chips or whatever it is.
He does know more than me.
I don't know about
And it's
that.
that idea that it doesn't come down to something where you're like,
Yeah.
on the credit card
Yeah,
statement,
yep.
BBC, baby, and that's on your
right.
statement. You're like,
On
oh,
the
jeez.
TV.
Yeah, you're like,
it reminds you. It
Yeah.
just gets a subtle reminder. You're like,
yeah.
oh damn
You're
it,
like, what a fool I
got him
am.
again.
But yeah, I mean,
Oh my
it mainstreamed it. It mainstreamed it, and obviously it's worked out for people.
Again, I'm not against it, obviously, and maybe it's just that because like I put but like these people are making so much money, and obviously money doesn't come from happiness.
So we're
and
starting an
just chilling.
OnlyFans. LooneyBin OnlyFans.
Guys, well,
Well, we were talking.
Henry
Okay,
said
funny
LooneyBin
fact.
OnlyFans.
Funny fact
calendar first. Oh, we do have to shoot a
is that Total Clean. So all of us were talking about these guys, and because there's this guy that comes from who sings at the fair every year. Johnny Holmes is his name, and he does
His
really
name
well.
would be Johnny Holmes.
And
First
his
of all.
daughter has an OnlyFans, and she's just raking in the cash. She just is going nuts. And we were talking about it in the shop one day, after we got done.
Shop
with
talk,
our
strictly
few-
shop talk.
right. And we're just like, I bet we can make some, a lot of freaking money. We go in some greasy toilets and we clean it, and that's our OnlyFans. Like, we were saying that there
People
must
are
be
into anything.
no, literally, there's an audience for anything. And what if we go into like a really greasy? Okay, like, all right, Senex buddy, like, please give us the account so we can get just a really shat up like urinal or something, so they can just go in
you
there
go
with blue gloves and clean
you don't do
it.
anything but clean it naked.
Right.
And you're just cleaning it naked.
Right, and that's the thing though. Like,
there's shit on my dick. There's shit on my dick.
isn't it nuts? So like, okay, just think, a girl or a guy, whatever the OnlyFans is, we could walk out of a room, have the camera, recording or whatever. I'm just walking around naked and I'm enjoying myself or whatnot. Like I'm just doing whatever, and I could get paid for that. Like I could literally get paid for that. That's nuts. Like why am I going to college?
Why are we sitting here in front of you?
Yeah, why are we sitting here making content for you? I might as well just rip out my fucking 2-inch dick and just show the world, because I'm sure there's an article for that.
I'm gonna come out of my room tomorrow morning. I'm gonna see John in front of a camera making bacon and eggs.
You already know I do it
his
naked
dick's
though.
just straight up.
You already know I do it naked. I just think
He's got
about it
the
all
apron
time.
on. It's just his ass.
Guys, I wish I had an asshole like Nate, but I don't. But
Oh my god.
that really is the thing though. It's just like
So Storal the Maury is that
you can make money off of anything. That really is a thing. I could put my dick in that bottle over there, and who gives a shit? I'll make money.
What it comes down to though is, do you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's about
That's
passion.
really it is.
It's about
Right.
passion.
Like if you are here and you're like, no, I'm okay with this 5 years down the road when I see
Right.
me
Okay.
with the cheeks.
No,
out and the
100%.
eggs on the band,
Right.
More power to you.
And these,
That's what it is, though. That's what OnlyFans is all about, though. It's people dominating that. I enjoy this. I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah.
So, but
and their physique, whatever it is, they're proud of it, and they do put work into that physique. You know what I mean? They put work into
true.
their body, so it's like it's well rewarded. I mean, I don't know, whatever. I think it's
yeah, it is.
they're a great human being, a great looking human being, and if people want to pay for that, then all by means to it.
I think it's funny, like the like feministic view of it is like how men have been objectifying women for so long, and
Right.
now women have been like, hey, now you're playing yourself because you're paying me for it, bud.
Yeah.
And like
Yep.
you're like they're raking in the dough,
Yep.
and it's all because of the 100 years of objectification.
And all these guys are getting mad, and they're
Yep.
like, "Oh, women have life on Easy Street, and blah blah blah." They just need to flash their tits, and they get their
my
$50.
God.
Yeah.
But really, it's just like, no, buddy, it's because you like to see those flash tits.
Yeah.
And you will pay $50 for it.
Ain't that the truth though? Ain't that the truth?
Why are they making me do this? It should be free.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's a funny thing is I think the funniest trend I was seeing on TikTok that I enjoy is like it's this old Windows whatever, window pops up and it has like a it's just like I need to like to see soap on titties to survive
Yeah.
from your boyfriend. Okay, and it's like the startup with it's like
Yeah.
the Wii sound too, which is
Somebody
funny.
Clip that. John saying that.
No, please don't. I got
It'll
a
go away in
career
a month.
ahead
You're
of me.
fine.
But it's just so funny in that nature because it's just like, oh my gosh, guys are the horniest people on earth, and they'll do anything for
Until you meet a girl hornier than you.
And she's
as
the
then
one.
we thought, yeah, and you thought.
And
That's
that's
the thing, though,
marriage.
and you thought, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Amen.
Guys,
It's all about
guys,
entertainment.
that-
2 plus 2
Yeah.
doesn't equal 4.
Holy shit!
And that's
don't
a
get me
great,
started.
that's
All
a great outro.
And with that,
Thank you.
Thank you for watching the LooneyBin Podcast, brought to you by LooneyBin Creative. We'll see you next time. This has been episode 6, and follow us on Instagram and YouTube. And YouTube.
Follow
We'll
your
see-
passions, baby.
Follow
That's
your
what it's all
passions.
about.
It's all about
but more
you.
importantly-
Money's there.
Fans, what's the matter at this point?
But
Only
more
you
importantly,
money's
follow
money.
us.
You can only control yourself, no one else.
Thanks for
right.
tuning into this episode of Teddy Looks at a Camera and
Yeah,
chews
Teddy's
gum
first
into
words
his
spoken all night.
microphone.
And that's all they'll be. Good night, everybody.
Eat
Thanks for
fresh.
listening.
Subway, eat fresh. All right.